And my wife and I just had this really interesting conversation. We were talking about some of the shows that we like to watch: Insecure, Empire, Mary Jane. These are shows with predominantly African American cast. And one of the most interesting things that happens is there's a lot of love making that takes place, if we want to call it love making. I prefer to use a medical term and call it sharing of the fluids. But anyway, the thing that we came back with, I was watching a video on one of my social media outlets, and it was discussing the high rate of HIV in the African American community, primarily here in Atlanta. 1 in 51 people is HIV positive in Atlanta. And it's deep because in all these shows, there's free love across the different sexual orientations, and there's an expression about the emotional attachment to reaching levels of success and levels of intimacy with partners. Actually, there's a lot of discussion around black love, about the seeking for the perfect partner, etc. But one of the things that does not happen when they're having these multiple relationships is they don't talk about sexually transmitted diseases. That is powerful because on my social media outlets, there's a lot of discussions about the characters and the information that they're sharing. But one of those things about them keeping it real on those TV shows is that they're not keeping it real with the number of partners that you have, the impact that those fluids can have on your health. And we were sitting around and we were talking about how different that is because there are so many shows that discuss African American relationships across the different sexual orientations. But in those shows, there's no discussion about sexually transmitted diseases and the impact that has on the well being of the community. So they discuss mental health, but they don't discuss physical health around sexual relationships. And I just thought I'd put that out there. Hopefully, somebody will see it and then they'll look at the programs and also say, wow, they're keeping it real, REEL. But we're thinking that they're keeping it real, REAL, when the realness of it is that if they don't address sexually transmitted diseases, HIV, etc., they're not keeping it real for us because we're suffering as we're buying into the morals or the morals of those shows. My thought for the day. I'll have some more later. Peace.